Hello student, welcome to digital classes. In this video I am going to tell you about coordinate geometry. This is the second part of this chapter number 3, coordinate geometry. This video is for class 9 and the subject is maths. In the previous video I explained about the introduction of coordinate geometry, Cartesian plane, x-axis, what is x-axis called, what is y-axis, what is y-axis called, what is origin, how to find out the coordinate of any point. Now in this video I am going to tell you about plotting a point in a plane if its coordinates are given. See, until you have drawn the point from you and ask you to give their coordinates. Now we will show you how we place these point in the plane. If we know its coordinate, we call the process plotting the point. Let the coordinate of a point be 3, 5. We want to plot this point in the coordinate plane. We draw the coordinate axis and choose one unit such that 1 centimeter represent 1 unit on both axes. The coordinate of the point 3, 5 tell us that the distance of the point from y-axis along the positive x-axis is 3 unit and the distance from the point from the x-axis along the positive y-axis is 5 unit. So starting from the origin we count 3 unit on the positive x-axis and mark the corresponding point as A. Now starting from A we move in the positive direction of y-axis and count 5 unit and mark the corresponding point as P. Now the distance of P from y-axis is 3 unit and from x-axis is 5 unit. Hence P is positive of the point. Note that P lies in the first quadrant. Since both the coordinate of P are positive, similarly you can plot the point Q 5 minus 4 in the coordinate. The distance of Q from x-axis is 4 unit along the negative y-axis, so its y-coordinate is minus 4. The point Q in the fourth quadrant. You may check why these coordinates in fourth quadrant. Now let us check the example number 3. Locate the point 5 0 0 5 2 5 5 2 minus 3 5 minus 3 minus 5 5 minus 3 and 6 1 in the Cartesian plane. By taking 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit, we draw the x-axis and y-axis. The position of the point are shown by the dot. Now the point 0 5 2 5 5 2 6 1 5 0 in first quadrant, minus 3 5 is in second quadrant, minus 3 minus 5 in third quadrant, and the last 5 minus 3 is in fourth quadrant. Suppose let us take a coordinate 6 1. So we have to take point from y-axis along the x-axis is 6 and from x-axis along the positive y-axis is 1. The intersection of these 2 points is denoted by dot and write a letter A or B, C, any letter. This shows that any point represent 6 1 coordinate. Suppose we take a point minus 3 minus 5. This is in a third quadrant. So from the y-axis along the negative x-axis is minus 3, and for minus 5, and the distance of the point from the x minus x axis along the negative y axis is minus 5 unit. The intersection of minus 3 and minus 5 is denoted by any alphabet, either A, B, C, D, whatever you want to denote this point, you have to denote, and that points the say or shows the coordinate minus 3 and 5. Now in the above example, you see 5005 are not the same position. Similarly, 5225 are at a different position. Also, minus 3, 5, and 5 minus 3 are at a different position. By taking several such examples, you find that if x is not equal to y, then the position of xy in the Cartesian plane is different from the position of yx. So if we interchange the coordinate xy, the position of yx will differ from the position xy. This means that the order of xy is important in xy. Therefore, xy is called an ordered pair. The ordered pair xy is not equal to ordered pair yx. Now you will see the example number 4 in your book. Plot the following ordered pair xy of the number as point in the Cartesian plane. Use the scale 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit on the axis. Now there is x and y coordinate and points. You have to represent in number line or in Cartesian plane. Now in an activity number 2, a game of 2 person required 2 counter or coin, graph paper to disc of different colors, say red and green. This is an activity, so you have to read or listen carefully in the video. Place each counter at 0 0. Each player throws 2 dice simultaneously. When the first player does so, suppose the red dice shows 3 and the green one shows 1. So she moves her counter to 3 1. Similarly, if the second player throws 2 on red and 4 on green, she moves her counter to 4 on the second throw. If the first player throws 1 on red and 4 on green, she moves her counter from 3 1 to 3 plus 1 comma 1 plus 4, that is adding 1 to the x coordinate and 4 to the y coordinate of 3 1. The purpose of the game is to arrive first at 10 10 without overshooting, that is, neither the abscissa or the ordinate can be greater than 0. So a counter should not conclude coincide coincide with the position held by another counter. For example, if the first player's counter move on to a point already occupied by the counter of the second player, then the second player's counter goes to 0 0. If a move is not possible without overshooting, the player misses the turns. You can extend this game to play with more friends. Remember or remark, plotting of points in a Cartesian plane can be compared to some extent with drawing of graphs in different situations such as time distance graph, side perimeter graph, etc., which you have come across in either classes. In such situation, we may call the axis t d-axis, s-axis or p-axis etc. in place of x and y axis. See, there is one more fact. If x is equal to 3 means y is equal to 0. If y is equal to 0, then the line is parallel to y axis, in that is given in the green color, and now y is equal to minus 2, that is drawn in a red color. uh, it means if y is equal to minus 2 means x is equal to 0, and the line is parallel to x axis. This is a very important thing you have to understand, or you have to remember this. Now the summary of this chapter. In this chapter you have studied the following points. To locate the position of an object or a point in a plane where we require two perpendicular lines, one of them is horizontal and other is vertical. The plane is called Cartesian or coordinate plane, and the line are called the coordinate axis. The horizontal line is x-axis and the vertical line is y-axis. The coordinate axis divide the plane into four parts, that is quadrants or called quadrants. The point of intersection of axis is called origin. The distance of a point from y-axis is called its x-coordinate or abscissa, and the distance of the point from x-axis is called its y-coordinate or ordinate. If the abscissa of a point is x and the ordinate is y, then xy are the coordinate of the point. The coordinates of a point on x-axis are from x0, and that of the point on the y-axis are y0. It means if y is equal to 0, then x, the line is parallel to y-axis, and if x is equal to 0, then the line is parallel to x-axis. This is given in your video with green color. When the x is 3 means y is equal to 0, and when with red color y is equal to minus 2 means x is equal to 0, means x is equal to 0, then the line is parallel to y-axis, and if y is equal to 0, then the line is parallel to y-axis. The coordinate of origin are 0, 0. The coordinate of the point are from positive, positive in the first quadrant, negative, positive in the second quadrant, negative, negative in the third quadrant, and positive, negative in the fourth quadrant, where positive plus denoted a positive real number and minus denoted a negative real number. If x is not equal to y, then xy is not equal to yx. If x is equal to y, then xy is equal to yx, means the coordinates are in ordered pair, means the ordered pair xy is not equal to ordered pair yx if x is not equal to y, and if x is equal to y, then the ordered pair of xy is equal to yx. I think everyone should understand how to locate point on the Cartesian plane or xy graph. Now you have to solve the exercise number 3.3 in your homework copy, question number 1 and question number 2. Please use the graph copy to do this exercise. Then it will be easy for you to understand about the graph. One more thing I want to discuss with you. First I finish the third chapter, then I will start the second chapter from the exercise number 3. In the next video I try to make or I try to start exercise number 2.3. So you have to revise factor theorem and remainder theorem, because from the exercise 2.3 we have to divide the px by long division method as well as remainder theorem. While dividing with long division method, we have to check the sum is right or not by using the divisibility fact, like dividend is equal to divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder. So I want please everyone revise this little bit whatever the Shyamji sir taught you. I hope you would understand about the chapter number 3, coordinate geometry. If there is a problem, you will discuss within a class.